Hello and welcome to a very special unboxing and first look at the Horus Heresy Sanguinius model from Forge World. And what I've got to say, first of all, is a huge thank you to one of my subscribers who I bought this Sanguinius model for. He's very, very kindly given me permission to unbox his model on the channel, and then I'm going to post this as soon as I possibly can to him, way before anybody else gets their hands on it. Now, the model could come out in March. I've heard rumours that some of the models that were there today aren't going to come out for a good month or so. But either way, thank you very much, sir. You know who you are. I've just come back from the Horus Heresy Weekender. Amazing event, lots of information to take in. I'll be releasing videos of the event during this week, but for now I thought I'd just give you an in-depth unboxing and first look at all of the pieces, because it's not on general sale. I'll talk about the products that were on sale in the Weekender video, but for now, yes, you could get Sanguinius at the event. They do two different versions. First, there was a rumour of two different models. It's the same model, but like a complete version and a less complete version, if that makes sense. Anyway, it boils down to Sanguinius, the Primarch, in here. They had loads there. They had a mountain of them left. The model itself is £80, which I think is a lot of money. You're paying a lot for the wings. This is the first ever Primarch I've unboxed. Because you got the complete version, you get the base. So Sanguinius is £80 separately, and then for the base, the Scenic base, it's quite a big base, because you do get, if you've seen the pictures already, you do get kind of like almost a full-size demon on there. The base is 45, so it's a similar kind of deal with what they did with, I don't know, Magnus and Russ, in that they had them both on their bases, and then they brought out a separate base, and you can put them, you know, fighting each other. Similar to the thing they did with Russ in terms of the wolves as well. With the wolves, he would have cost a fair bit of money, and they've done that for this. The pictures weren't very good of Sanguinius. He looks way better in person, way better with the spear, way better holding the demon that he's about to skewer. They don't do him justice at all. So you get the Scenic base for 45 and Sanguinius for 80. So overall, this Primarch is £125. Let's have a look at Sanguinius himself. Before I go on though, Scenic bases were all sold out. So there's a mountain of Sanguiniuses, but all the Scenic bases, which you could only get on the Saturday, which was quite odd because lots of other things were up for sort of pre-release buy on Friday night, except for the Scenic base, but you could only get that on the Saturday. But they were all sold out. Sanguiniuses, they got loads, which is kind of understandable because you don't want to kind of run out of your, you know, your headliner. Anyway, sort of 5 minutes into the video, let's unbox him. So you get him in this really nice black box. This is what he looks like in that stupid pose. It all makes sense with the Scenic base because he's got his hand on the demon's horn, sort of yanking it back, and he looks way better with the spear. But even though the hand of the spear doesn't look like he's plunging it in properly, it looks like he's... Anyway, I won't go on, but these wings are fantastic. The armour on him is just superb. This is the build guide for him, and then look, you see? So you can put the moon silver blade in the scabbard, or you can just put a little sort of top thing over to cover it. So there's the blade and carmine, and then the moon silver blade. It's very interesting because you've got the blade and carmine, and then you've got the moon silver blade, which is obviously there in the scabbard, and then the blade and carmine, and then you've got the spear of Telesto, which are different guards, hand guards. So it is a different blade. Okay, so 3 different weapons there really for him. So that's what he looks like. Let's have a look at his pieces. This video will go on for a little while because he's a Primarch and I think he deserves a long video. Well, no, that won't work. That will probably work. Okay, so here we go. Here is his torso and his left leg. Stunning. I love the blood drops on there. We'll get a real good close-up, guys, don't you worry, we've got all the time in the world. So let's have a real close-up. So you've got his little, I want to call it a little heart with some wings on. You can just see the detail there, all the little rivets in the armour, these little scales, the detailing on the scabbard. Incredible. Look at these little tussles, little pelt with some claws on, this bit of scenery here, and this lovely, lovely pointed feet. I've always wished for a Sanguinius model ever since I was a child, and I'm super excited to get my hands on the Emperor model when they release that in 2040. No, it'll be sooner than we think, I'm sure. Okay, so that's his torso and his left leg. This is part of the Scenic base, or part of his small base. So the pillar just plonks into there. There is a skull, a couple of skulls. Games Workshop / Forge World, they love their skulls. So yeah, nice Scenic base, lots of detail on there. Oh, that's going to all tip over now, isn't it? Because of these horrible clamshell packs. Let's just take all the pieces out, because the wings get their own box. There we go, here's some weapons too for you. So let's have a look at this. So this is his head. Super zoom there. My camera is actually picking him up as a face for a real person. Got this huge lock of golden blonde hair. It's a nice face. Does look very much like Rachel's artwork that she's drawn in the new Malevolence book. I think it's book 8. Yeah. Incredible. Basically, it looks like David. If you know who David is. And then here, we've got some things going on. We've got a little melter pistol thing. And an amazing shoulder pauldron. Look at that. Could put a mirror on there. Probably does have a mirror on, right? And then some loin belts with little teardrop wings on there. Lots of detail on that. Crikey. So beautiful, beautiful pieces. Then we've got this sort of iron halo kind of thing that frames his face. You've got part of the grip for the sword, and then you've got his outstretched hand. Here's a intercessor. You're absolved, my child. Anyway, so yeah, so some more parts there. And then you've got this one. Where's the pussycat? He's killed the neighbour's cat. Put him on his shoulder. No, lovely detail, lots of 3D detail in there. Fantastic. Beautiful model. Got this interesting piece, which is his right arm. Again, lots of ornate detailing and part of the cloth. You've got all these funky bits, which are part of his loin material, and also they go on other parts of his armour. A, B, B, C, C, A, kind of like your results on a multiple choice test, right? And then you've got these little, I'd say filiges, they're kind of like little pieces to go on the armour. That's the scabbard sort of top part, and another bit of armour. And then you get his right leg too. Check that out. This extra little las pistol is optional. No, you just take that off, that's just a bit of flash. But yeah, stunning. Intricate details there. And then the weapons themselves. So here is the spear of Telesto. Really awesome spear. I'm definitely going to be using the spear rather than the sword. Fantastic. But I still think his grip should have been underhand as opposed to overhand grip. But hey, what do I know? Do you think I could ever sculpt a model such as this? No. I've just got an opinion like everyone else. Anyway, lots of detail on that spear, as you can see, beautiful. And then this is the blade. The wonky blade. You're gonna have to just heat that up and get that straight. But I love the hand guard on there. It's just beautiful with these spikes on too. Again, that's an optional las pistol. There we go. So a lovely blade too, whichever one you go for, you know, but personally I definitely would go for the spear. Okay, so that is all the parts in the first little box. Move them away. And then we'll have a look at the parts in this box, and you get the bubble wrap. You get working with resin. GT4MA was a person that looked at it apparently. This just tells you a bit of how to sort of work with resin, and that you need to wash and you know, clean all the parts, get all the releasing agent off. You know. Oh, it's worth mentioning also, by the way, guys, that you don't get the rules for him at all. So if you bought him at the show, you haven't got any rules, so you can't really play him until the rules come out in book 8, which is Malevolence, which is £80, and that probably will come out general public within the next month, I'd say. But you did have the option to pre-order it at the event, which sucks in my opinion. I think the book should have been available for the event. Definitely, without a doubt, because, or at least the rules for Sanguinius should have been given on a, you know, with a bit of paper or something, but unfortunately. Then again, you have got a few weeks or a month or so to, you know, build him and paint him. You could look at it that way, but yeah. Here are the wings. They're kept separate in bubble wrap. Absolutely stunning. So huge wings. Do a little size comparison. Here's a Space Marine. So yeah, it's about two and a bit Space Marines for one wing, and then you've got another one in here too. So there you go. That's perfectly normal. That comes off very easily. Look, it's just a bit of kind of flash. Doesn't affect anything. So there you go. There is his wings. They're numbered, so you'll know which one to put on which side, but I think they probably go on like that. So huge wings for this Sanguinius model. Perfectly. Look at the sculpt on them. Beautiful. I think the original plan was to kind of sculpt it by freehand, but I think that they went to the computer to kind of help them a bit, because it would have taken them months and months just to sculpt the wings, which is fair play, you know. There's a huge amount of feathers on them, but yeah, that's the left one. This is the right one. Yeah, beautiful. If I just zoom in, because you can see the actual individual kind of streaks. Yeah, beautiful wings. Okay, so now I know this video is a long video, but I thought I'd try and pack everything in. So let's have a look at the full Scenic base, because this is the complete edition. So we'll just move them aside very carefully and have a look at this. So this will cost you £45. You know, I think Forge World, when they release it, they should release these separately. We'll see. I've got a sneaky suspicion that they'll just release the full edition and just him himself. You know, one for 80, one for 125. They might not sell the Scenic base separate. I hope they do though, but it would be really cruel if they didn't, because yeah, so many people have Sanguinius and they didn't get the Scenic base at the event, and maybe they want to get it later on. So there you go. So 2 boxes in here, quite straightforward, but look, here we go. Sanguinius Scenic diorama base. So you get this demon on there, sort of a full-size demon. This part replaces the left hand part found in Sanguinius. So there you go. And that's what it'll look like, you know, complete. So we'll move that to one side and we'll have a look at this large piece here and the big base. So there's the big base that he's on, and then look at this. So lots and lots of detail there. The rocks, scenery, and skull, of course, and then a iron armor head. I think it's iron armor, I want to say. Yeah, lots of detail there, just on that piece. And then obviously he slots in there and becomes a full model, complete model. So we're at the stage where Primarch is £125. Okay, we've got Lionel Johnson, maybe, and we've got Jagati Khan to come as well. And then this is the demon parts. I mean, look at that. Huge spike there. Part of the base. This is the demon himself. So you stick the head on. Just show you the full detail there. Absolutely incredible. Almost looks like there's a mouth in there. There's all the teeth on there. And you get some more spiky parts. There's his hand holding the head. So you can magnetise it if you really want. You know, until you get the Scenic base, you can magnetise the left hand. And you got the fingers and part of the shoulder pauldron. Got some more spiky bits. Sort of chaos, runic, metal parts, and some more, and some more. There you go. Then you get all these parts too. So I'll just have a look at these while we're here. So here we go. This is his head. Horrible looking head, look at that. I mean, horrible in a disgusting kind of way. Lots of detail. I don't know if we've had this much detail on a head. Yes, they did announce in the seminar that Kabanda, they're working on a Kabanda model. I wouldn't be surprised if they've already made him, to be fair. Then you've got this. I think this is his tail, I want to say. Anyway, this is definitely an arm with a huge spike claw on there, lots of muscle and sinew. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Another arm. This time it's got just a load of spikes and teeth on there, which is interesting, and some horns gaping out of the forearm. Got a couple of legs. This one, wow, really works out. Look at those calves. This guy does not skip leg day. Got a nice brand there cut into this runic demon, rune storm demon, I think they're calling it. And then this leg, equally animal-like, animalistic. Got this, which is part of scenery too. Some spikes coming from it. And this just pops around the base, and when you sort of put them together, that hides the black of the smaller base that Sanguinius is on. I magnetise mine in the models, so you know that it doesn't flop out basically when you put them together, when you move the model around the board, if you want to use Scenic base for that. And you've got these other parts, these other runic kind of stones and pebbles. So there you go. That is a full in-depth look full unboxing of Sanguinius, Primarch of the Blood Angels, with the Scenic base, so the full edition. So that's what you can expect for your money. What do you guys think of the model? If you've had a look at all the pictures from the event and things, has that changed your mind? It certainly changed my mind. I want to say a huge thank you again to one of my subscribers that has let me unbox this model. Thank you very much, sir. I will now carefully put it all away, package it, and that will be heading off to you immediately, first class post. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.